Good morning 11th grade students. Today we will be starting with our next lecture of motion in a straight line. We would be understanding the concept of acceleration. So first of all, what is this acceleration? So this acceleration is change in velocity with respect to time. Suppose a car is moving on the road, its velocity is 20 meter per second and it has gone to 40 meter per second. So its velocity has changed from 20 to 40. It is traveling with 20 meter per second and now its velocity has increased to 40 meter per second. So its velocity has increased by 20 meter per second. So this is final velocity, this is initial velocity. So a change in velocity has taken place. Suppose at time it was at 10 seconds. Suppose at time 20 seconds. So after 10 seconds velocity has changed. So this velocity has changed in some time interval. So acceleration is change in velocity per unit time, that is acceleration. You can say if u is the initial velocity and v is the final velocity, so what is the change in velocity? V minus u, and in how many time it has taken place? 20 minus 10 seconds. It is a time, so it is single time. So change in velocity per unit time is known as acceleration. So this is a concept of acceleration. What is the unit of acceleration? Velocity is having a unit of meter per second and time is having a unit of second. So what will be the unit? Meter per second square. So SI unit of acceleration is this. Note down this thing. Next concept is two types of acceleration are there. One is positive acceleration and one is negative acceleration. Positive acceleration. If velocity is increasing with time, then it is a positive acceleration. Velocity is increasing with time. Then it is a positive acceleration. Okay. Suppose my car is at 50, I have increased it to 70. That means I am having a positive acceleration. So acceleration is equals to v minus u upon t. If it is a positive acceleration, v will always be greater than u. Then it will be a positive acceleration. Second concept, negative acceleration. So if velocity is decreasing with time, suppose my car is going at 60 and I have applied the brakes, my speed of car has been reduced to 40. That means it is having a negative acceleration, that is known as retardation also. Velocity is decreasing with time. So acceleration is equals to v minus u upon t. You know, v will be less than u. Suppose initially it was going at 60 and now it has reduced to 40. So v will be less than u. So here acceleration will be greater than 0 and here acceleration will be less than 0. So it is also a case of retardation. So it is a concept of retardation. So we have done the acceleration. We have done two types of acceleration, positive acceleration and negative acceleration. In positive acceleration, velocity is increasing with time, but in negative acceleration, velocity is decreasing with the time. So this is a concept. So we are moving on to the next concept. So acceleration, you know, it depends on velocity upon time. So velocity is a vector quantity. So acceleration is also a vector quantity. That means acceleration is represented both by magnitude and both by direction. You know a vector quantity. We will be reading about these vectors in the incoming chapter. So acceleration is represented both by magnitude and both by direction. So it is a vector quantity. Next concept is, two types of motion are there: uniformly accelerated motion and non-uniformly accelerated motion. So what is this uniformly accelerated motion? Means acceleration is taking place uniformly. What is made by acceleration? Means velocity is increasing. Acceleration means velocity is increasing. Uniform concept. What is uniform concept? Uniform concept says the equal velocity is increasing in equal interval of time. Suppose time is 0 second, 5 second, 10 second and 15 second. And my car speed is at 10. At 5 I have gained 20, at 10 I have gained 30, and at 15 I have gained 40. This is a time interval of 5 seconds, and this is a time interval of 5 seconds, and this is a time interval of 5 seconds. Here I have gained 10, here I have gained 10, here I have gained 10. Equal velocity is increasing in equal interval of time, then you can say it is a uniformly accelerated motion. Here means velocity, unequal velocity will be increasing in equal interval of time. So definition is very much clear. Equal velocity is increasing in equal interval of time. So this is uniformly accelerated motion. So what is non-uniformly accelerated motion? Unequal velocity is increasing in equal amount of time. So this is the concept. So equal velocity is increasing in equal interval of time, and unequal velocity is increasing in equal amount of time. When your school van is traveling to school, its velocity is increasing unequally in equal interval of time. You can say your van is doing the non-uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, and if suppose road is very much clear and you are increasing in speed by this pattern, you are doing a uniformly accelerated motion. So this is the concept of acceleration. We have done with acceleration. It's a concept of uniformly accelerated motion. It's a concept of non-uniformly acceleration motion. Next, there are two types of accelerations. One is average acceleration and one is instantaneous acceleration. We are going to discuss that. So next concept is, there are two types of acceleration. One is average acceleration, because velocity is also of two types, like average velocity, average speed, average acceleration is also there, and instantaneous velocity, same instantaneous acceleration is there. Average acceleration. So here is instantaneous acceleration. What is concept of average acceleration and what is concept of instantaneous acceleration? Suppose a car is moving with a non-uniform motion. What is meant by non-uniform motion? Non-uniform accelerated motion. Suppose that means the velocity of car is increasing unequally in equal interval of time. That means velocity is changing at every interval of time. So we can say velocity is changing at every interval of time. So this is a concept, non-uniform accelerated motion. Velocity is changing at every interval of time. So what we can say, we have to find the change in velocity. If we are finding the change in velocity, in this case, what is the case? My car is moving with a non-uniform accelerated motion and my velocity is changing at every interval of time. And if I am calculating the change in velocity and I am calculating the total time taken to change, for that change, total time taken. If I am calculating the change in velocity, if I am calculating the time taken for that change in velocity, I am not going to get the acceleration. I am going to get the average acceleration. So if I am going on a road with a non-uniform accelerated motion, that means my velocity is increasing at each and every interval of time, is decreasing or changing. And if I am calculating the change in velocity and if I am calculating the total time taken for that change in velocity, what I am going to get? I am going to get the average acceleration. Remember this thing, this is a concept of average acceleration. Sorry. So acceleration will be known as change in velocity will be represented by delta v, and this change in velocity will be held in some time, t final minus t initial. It will be an interval of some time. So how I will represent the interval of time? Delta t by delta t. So average acceleration is change in velocity when object is moving with a non-uniform accelerated motion upon time taken for that change. So there is no proper definition. Okay, there is no proper definition. So you can say how you will describe this average acceleration. You will consider the case from this. So you will reach at this conclusion, means delta v by delta t is giving the average acceleration. So average acceleration is done. Now we are moving on to the instantaneous acceleration. What is the instantaneous acceleration at a particular time is known as average instantaneous acceleration. Acceleration at a particular time. So this acceleration at a particular time is instantaneous acceleration. So concept is very much clear. So how will you calculate this instantaneous acceleration? You know that this is a change in time. Suppose time interval is this 5 seconds to 10 seconds. So this is t initial and this is t final. This change is very big. Delta v is here big. You bring it very close, near to 0. That means limit delta t tends to 0. You have to get up to this, means here this is a delta t and delta t is a big thing like this 5 seconds. You bring delta t to a very small value because you want to calculate at a particular time. So you will take means delta t approaches to 0, near to 0, very small, and that will give you a particular time. Okay, like this. So we will find the instantaneous acceleration from the average acceleration only. You have to take the concept of average acceleration only. So instantaneous acceleration will be equals to delta v upon delta t, but limit delta t tends to 0. So what is this meaning? I am means reducing the time interval to a very small value. Very small value means near to 0, but it is not 0. Some bigger than 0, but approximately equals to 0. So it is very small time interval, and very small time interval is represented by dt. And there will be very small change. You know, if time interval is big, change will be big. If time interval is small, velocity change will also be small. So it will be dv by dt. So instantaneous acceleration formula is dv by dt. Differentiation of this velocity with respect to time. You are going to read the concept of differentiation and calculation in math in this year only. So I will be continuing with this dv by dt concept. You know, means average velocity is, we have already read that average velocity, but a CBSE now means has reduced this chapter, this concept, average velocity. So average velocity is a change in displacement upon change in time. And if we want to calculate the instantaneous velocity, that means same concept. You have to approach this delta t to 0. So it will be very small displacement, very small time. So what is the value of this instantaneous velocity? What is the value of this instantaneous velocity? dx by dt. So this is instantaneous velocity. If I am calculating the instantaneous acceleration, velocity will be instantaneous. So I am dealing with the instantaneous velocity. And what is the formula of this instantaneous velocity? dx by dt. You can put the value of v here as dx by dt, because I am concerned with this concept, instantaneous acceleration. And the instantaneous acceleration is dv by dt. And what velocity I am considering in this concept? I am considering the instantaneous velocity. I am considering here instantaneous velocity. And what is the formula of instantaneous velocity? dx by dt. This we have already studied earlier. Okay. So you can put the value of here v by dt. You can put the value of v dx by dt. You are going to get the value of instantaneous acceleration. So what is this? This is double differentiation. D square x upon its dt square, like this. This is double differentiation. I will give you example by what is this differentiation, how you do the differentiation when you are doing a numerical. Okay. Suppose it's a x square is there. Okay, and you want to differentiate this thing with respect to dx. How you will differentiate? It's a very much clear formula. By this x square, it will be equals to x 2 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. Means you will that means we are differentiating this thing with respect to this. This is also x variable, this is also x variable. You have to note down its power. Its power is 2. When you are differentiating this, there is a formula, reduce this power by minus 1 and divide by same power thing. Means divide the power by denominator. It will reduce to x2 minus 1 is x1 upon 1. So this will be the differentiation of dx square. So this will be the differentiation of this x square. And if there is a x with respect to dx, x is having power 1, so what will be there? X 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, so it will be x power 0. Okay, and what is the value of this x? 0. It is negligible. It will be negligible. It will get neglected. Also, the differentiation of dx with respect to dx is 1. Okay, like this. And if here it is 3, what will be the differentiation? 3 minus 1. sorry, and here where it will be 3 minus 1, here it will be 2, then here it will be 2. So this will be the answer of differentiation of dx3 with respect to dx, like this. You have to means look upon in the denominator, the means what is lying in the denominator, which variable is lying in the denominator, then only we can do the differentiation. If it here was y, so we can't do the differentiation of this y variable with respect to x, so it will not be done, it will not be done. So I will be taking the example, then you know how we are doing this differentiation concept. So concept is like this. There is a numerical. We are saying a particle is moving in a straight line like this. Suppose it is moving in x-axis direction. Okay. So at any time, suppose it is 0 time. Suppose at any time t, its displacement is given by this equation. Displacement is x. It is given by this equation. 10t plus 15 t cube. And he is saying x is in meter and t is in second. That means t is a time. Displacement is depending on time. If time is increasing, displacement is going to be increasing. A car is moving on a straight road. Suppose at time t, its displacement is given by this equation. Note down this thing. You have given displacement. Okay, like this. They are saying find the average acceleration. They are saying find the average acceleration. So what is the formula of this average acceleration? This is change in velocity. So what is change in velocity? Upon time taken, total time taken for that change. So what is change? It will be dv. dv is change. What is time taken? It is dt. That means if you want to find the average acceleration, you have to calculate dv by dt. But you are not given this dv. No, you have not given this v. You know this thing. What is this? This is x. You know this. Okay. And you have to calculate the value of this first v. Okay. What is the value of this average velocity? It is, we have already discussed, dx by dt. Change in displacement upon change in time. And you know the value of this x. Like this. You know. Put here the value of x. That means differentiation of x with respect to t, but x is represented in terms of t. You get the value of x here, like this. You have to, your target is to find average acceleration, that is dv by dt. You are not having the value of v. V is a velocity. It is change in displacement upon change in time. So what is displacement? X is the displacement he has already done. And what is time t? So you are having a value of x is equal to 10t plus 15t cube. You put here value. Now you will do the differentiation, which I have already told you. So first of all, differentiation of this term will also take place. This is a one term and this is another term. Differentiation of first term will also take place and differentiation of second term will also take place with respect to dt. So v is equals to d by dt, first differentiation of which term? 10t will take place. Then what is the sign? Plus is the sign. You wrote down here plus. Then the differentiation of which term? Next term is going to take place. Next term is 15t cube. Okay, like this. So you know that 10 is a constant. Make it outside. So differentiation of dt with respect to dt. dx by dx 1. dt by dt 1. So it's going to be 1. Here it's a plus. So plus. So this is a constant. Make it outside. Differentiation of dt cube with respect to dt. And I have told you dx cube for with respect to dx. It's very simple. Plus 15. What will be the answer? T 3 minus 1 upon 3 minus 1. So this is the answer of differentiation. So what we are going to get? V. We are going to get V. T3 minus 1 is T2. 3 minus 1 is 2. It's in the multiplying mode. 15 plus 10 into 1, 10 is equals to v. So we have got the value of v here. Okay, so we have got the value of v. So we are moving on to the right concept. I think it's right. Okay, you have got the value of v. 10 plus 15 into 3. Okay, there is one wrong thing. You have to get up to this differentiation concept again. So we will be discussing this numerical again from the beginning. We have to discuss it. So there is some miss happening. Suppose we are doing a differentiation with respect to x. Of this, suppose it's a x square. Suppose this is a differentiation. Suppose we are doing a differentiation of x, and suppose we are doing a differentiation of x power 4 with respect to x. Okay, like this. So this is dx by dx. This is 1. How it is 1? Its power is 1. Okay, its power is 2. When you are doing the differentiation, first of all, what will be done? Happen. This power will come outside. Okay, what will remain? Variable will remain. And variable power will be reduced by 1. Okay, like this. And here it will be like this. Only this. So what will be the answer? 2x ki power 1. So this is the differentiation of x square. Okay, this is the differentiation. So here what will be the value? 1 will come outside and x will have 1 minus 1. So what is this? 1 into x0, and x0 is 1. So it will be 1. dx by dx is 1. So I have told you, first of all, the power will come outside and variable, reduce the power by 1, like this. Answer is there, 4 into x to the power 3. So this is the concept. This is the rule of differentiation. We have to remember this. I think I have told you this wrong thing. Now it's correct. Now we are doing that numerical again. So what is the concept? X is given as 10t plus 15. It's t cube, like this. So your target is to find average acceleration. What is average acceleration? Change in velocity with respect to change in time. That is average acceleration. So it is average acceleration. So you need to find this v. Your target is to find first velocity. So what is velocity? If you are dealing with average acceleration, velocity will be average. What is average velocity? Change in displacement. You need to find the average velocity. So you are dealing with average. Change in displacement upon change in time. So what is change in displacement? It is dx by dt. Your target is to find dx by dt, and you are now having the value of x. X is here. Okay. Now put the value of this x. X is 10t plus 15t cube. I've told you. So what are you going to get? This velocity average. So first you will do the differentiation of this first term, 10t. Then a plus is there. Then you will do the differentiation of this second term. Okay, like this. So this is a constant. Constant will come outside. dt by dt. So what will be the differentiation of dt upon dt? It will be 1. So 15 will come outside. It's a constant. Differentiation of only what will be there? T term will be there. So 10 is there. 10 is there. dt by dt is 1. You are finding the value of average acceleration. So plus 15 into. So what will be the this differentiation of dt cube with respect to dt? So what will be there? 3 will come here, power will come outside. What will remain? 3 minus 1. 3t2 square, like this. So here it will be 3t square. So you have got the value of average acceleration. 10 plus 15 3s are 45 t square. Now you have got the value of v. You are going to put here. Then only you are going to get the average acceleration. Now we are going to put this concept here. So I'm going to delete this. You can pause the video and make the concept in your notebook. So put this thing here. What is the value of velocity? 10 plus 45 t square. Okay, like this. So what is this? This is 10 into 1. So 10 will come outside. What is the constant differentiation of constant will take place? What is this constant? How 1 can come? 1 means t to the power 0. Like this. Plus d 45 will come outside, d by dt of t square. This is going to be average acceleration. So 0 will come outside, this whole term will become 0. Because 0 will come outside, when 0 will get multiplied by 10, its whole term is going to get 0. Okay. So what will remain? 45. So what will be there? 2t. It is 90t. So the value of average acceleration is 90t. Okay. You have got the value of average acceleration. Now the question says, find the average acceleration at t equals to 0, at t equals to 0 to t equals to 2. Find this. T equals to 0 to t equals to 2. So you have got the this average acceleration. Okay. Now you are going to get the value of, you have got the average acceleration. Okay. So t0 means 90, t2 means 180, t2 means 90 into 180. So it will be like this. So average acceleration, you are going to your target is to find average acceleration t0 to t2. So this is the average acceleration. You want to find the average acceleration t0. At t0, what will be the acceleration? 90, 180, it will, answer will become 90. T plus 45 t square. It's good. We have gone here. Average acceleration, we have, I think, dv by dt. So this numerical is, I think it has been stuck. So you have to wait here. This we will discuss at the end of this lecture only. Okay, at the end of this lecture I'm going to give you the proper explanation. I think this has been stopped, so it's my sorry part. We have to move forward. Okay, suppose now velocity time graph. Next topic is velocity time graph. So we should not waste time here. We will come at the end of this video with this numerical velocity time graph. Okay, so velocity will be here, and what is the unit of velocity? Meter per second. And what is the value of time? It would be second, like this. Velocity is increasing with time, that means positive acceleration. Suppose at time t equal to 0, velocity is u. Initially the object is moving with u. At time t equals to t, at time t, suppose velocity has increased up to point v. So you join these 2 points S. So this is v velocity. So this is u, this is v. Velocity is increasing with time. It's a positive acceleration graph. It's a positive acceleration. and its opponent case is like this. You negative acceleration graph, how it will be this, note down here as velocity and note down here as time. First the velocity is suppose 60 at t0, and my velocity has decreased to suppose 40 at t1, and at t2 it becomes 0. So my velocity is decreasing as the time is approaching further. So this is a concept of negative acceleration. As time is increasing further, my velocity is decreasing. So this is a negative acceleration graph. So this is a concept we are discussing.